What is something you will always say nitrogen monoxide to? Adding donations at the end of my purchase. Example, would you like to add $1 to help St. Jude's Children's Hospital? No, because corporate takes all those donations and gets my tax write-off for it. Or however taxes work. They get the tax benefit for my donation. No thank you. I donate on my own so my money works to my advantage. Not big corporations. Coke. The days of casual coke at a party are over. I know too many who have died from fentanyl poisoning. In good old days you just had to make sure you didn't too much or get addicted. Now one bump could fucking kill you. Testing strips or not, I can't wrap my head around how people still do it. Joining social media. Being unkind to people. Or using any app delivery service. For the latter, there is an apartment complex in my area a half-mile from restaurants and to grocery stores. And the number of Instacart and Uber Eats people I see is alarming. Laziness at its peak. Doing too much at work. I do care about getting the job done and sharing the workload. I like to be helpful, but not mugged off. Unpaid hours. Unreasonable overtime. Giving up breaks or leave. Taking on others' duties, etc., etc. Don't want to live here. No thanks. Drinking. Drugs or smoking. I have never in my life ever wanted to do these things. I have friends and family that do all of these things. At this point they all know better than to ask me or invite me to do that stuff. They know my answer will be no. Heroin. Probably. Also hallucinogens and uppers. I have bipolar and a family history of psychotic disorders, so drugs that could push me into it are a no-go in general. Even if I didn't have that family history. Uppers seem scary. Kind of a weird one, but it's come up recently. Cybersex. Like the good old days cybersex where you type stuff out. Had a guy hit me up recently and try to go there with me. It's just so fucking cringe. So no, absolutely not. Eating beef, though I'm no longer religious. I was raised vegetarian for religious reasons. I'm glad I never got to try beef, and therefore never had a desire for it. I don't plan to try it, ever. Anything to do with heights like bungee jumping, skydiving and the like. I thought that by going to the Space Needle in Seattle that it would alleviate my fear of heights. It did not. Non-natural drugs. I fucks with plants. But not with manufactured chemical stuff. I wasn't great in chemistry. But I know you can F around and find out real quick. After seeing what happened to some of my family members, drugs. I swore on my life to never do drugs. Even though some people think it's cool to smoke, F that. Someone passing me a joint or offering me a cigarette. I don't do smoke or chemicals in my respiratory system. Can't stand aerosols or most fragrances either. I don't get this as long as you're safe and consent is given. Why not do it? Life is once, no save point, no second. Life's find the yes in the world and be happy. Any drug's harder than weed. And gay guys coming onto my bare looking ass. Sorry fellas. I'm not gay as much as anyone would like to try and change that. Hard drugs. Being in a relationship that's anything other than monogamous. Signing any kind of loan for someone who isn't my spouse or child. Going to the beach, I don't get it. Why would I want to spend a day bored as fuck, hot as hell, and surrounded by 1,000 other people? Dissent silencing leftists peddling the idea that we must be protected from speech they hate. And they are the people to do it. Smoking, cigarettes or cannabis are a straight no from me. They aggravate my asthma. Vaping cannabis does not aggravate it. Parachuting and going back to being a JW, although my mother hints at times it could be possible. Absolutely big fat nitrogen monoxide. In heat gay people. I don't usually hate gay people, but gay people with intent to do something to you makes my skin crawl. Things most people enjoy. Bars. Beach in the summer. I hate summer. You're welcome to hate me back. Nightclubs. Fast food. Tastes amazing, but they overheated and oxidized all they cooked their food in. Always give me the shits. I say no to any invite that involves spelunking, skydiving, deep scuba diving, or anything that goes underwater. Anything with the likelihood of dying, such as diving, cave exploring, bungee jumping. I'm trying to live long. Smoking and red meat. Health issue with red meat, but smoking is a turn off and no benefits to one's health. Acid. It's awesome. Just don't think of anything bad or else it FCK you up. Oh, that sounds great. Alcohol. Alcoholism runs in my family, and I have taken a personal pledge to myself to never drink alcohol. Pineapple on pizza. Sleeping with socks on. When my friends triple dork dare me to say the word no. This includes things like providing illegal advice, promoting violence, or engaging in activities. Pineapple or salmon. I've tried, but my body will never accept the taste of either of them. Weed. Not only do I have a job I could lose if I have any in my system, I also am allergic. Pickles. I love a wide variety of food, but I cannot understand how anyone likes pickles. An open marriage. It's all fun and games until another guy's dick makes her moan and come. At this point, sex without a condom. I've had too many pregnancy scares over the years. Hugs from someone who I'm not that close to. A handshake or a high five is okay though. Ever meeting my mother and her husband again and eating cartilage. Both disgusting. Cocaine and opiates. I have an addictive personality, so I think that would be bad. Oh. You come watch this video, no? I know they die. Don't need to know how. Spending my free time socially engaging with people I don't want to engage with. Marriage, since I don't believe in it. It wouldn't make sense for me to say yes. Carbonated drinks. How do you guys love the pain from the frizziness so much? Drugs, affairs, criminal activities, doing the opposite of what I believe in. Anything with phenol in it. I despise the taste of anise with all my being. Meaningless relationships, the life these drain out of you is irreversible. Hard drugs and skydiving. Also roller coasters. And group sex with carnies. Cucumber. I like cucumber melon perfume but will never eat cucumber ever. Class of drugs, as I have too many other mental and physical health issues. Drugs, no thanks. I'm just not interested, or alcohol, for that matter. People demanding I use certain language when addressing a man or woman. Having a large black flamboyantly gay man stick his pecker in me twice. When an invitation kind of messes up a routine I've set for the day. Liver and oysters. I'm sure some people enjoy it. But not for me. Volcanoes. Avoid at all costs, including missing family vacations. Cave exploring. Going on tall roller coasters and bungee jumping. I'm pretty much open to anything except hard drugs and lima beans. Activities where I have a finite amount of oxygen. And the Dutch. Getting a tattoo and doing hardcore drugs like coke, heroin, etc. I will always say nitrogen monoxide to giving up on dessert, even if I'm full. If your answer is onions or tomatoes, just consider growing up. Carrot cutlets, and anything with thermally processed carrots. Skydiving. I'm not jumping out of a perfectly good airplane. Working overtime and nonsense meetings after work hours. Celery and a Nigerian millionaire prince asking for money. Drugs. And getting into tiny caves under and above water. Babysitting. I don't have the patience to deal with kids. Going to the beach and eating at a dirty person's house. Submarines and driving a car on a frozen lake. Hard no. Piercings and tattoos. Never understood the whole fad. Tight caves. I don't want to end up in a MR Ballin video. Humiliating people in public under the guise of comedy. Skydiving, bungee jumping and meth. Definitely meth. Literally anytime someone say, no one will ever know.